This for a while. And then his brother, when he worked at the shop, he would stay in here. I mean, she wasn't there at the time.
Quite a few people lived in here then.
Yeah.
And this was when? In the
25 to 35.
Huh. Okay. In that time, I was living over on Cedar Bonnet. Island before you get to Long Beach Island, the one in between, where the drawbridge used to be.
Not familiar.
72.
There's the attic if you want to see the difference, the pins in.
Well, I wouldn't remember too much difference. The only thing I remember is there used to be chipmunks, and they would bring acorns in, and they would roll them across the floor.
Yeah, I saw there was squirrels and chipmunks in here one time, but I never had them in the house. And this side is all nailed with flat nails, and this side is all pinned together with wood pegs. So this side is much older.
You know, I never even knew that.
Yeah.
I had no idea till Robbie told me.
Got the right lens this time.
And I'm going to have to be nosy and go up there, too.
Go ahead.
These corner steps are amazing, aren't they?
Mm.
Now, this is bigger than I remember it.
Because it's empty.
I can't remember whether there was anything stored up here or not.
No, they couldn't have raised the roof. That's all original stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So the roof wasn't raised.
See, look at this. Peg.
Oh, my God, how about that?
See, they were all pegged on that side. On this side, they were all nailed with those old flat nails.
There used to be a great big old barn right over here. It was the only thing that was there with no houses.
Huh.
And it was old and dilapidated, and everybody used to wish it would fall down. It never did, because it was put together with pegs.
Oh, gee.
And I don't know how it finally came down. I think maybe it burned.
Something, isn't it?
Sure is. I wonder how old this is.
That's what, 1854, I think you said?
1844, they say. This side of the house. Imagine the whole family lived on just one side of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they sure did put things together back then to last.
Kind of reminded.
Yeah, but the only thing that I found, like exterminators, they come in, you know, they have to inspect now. It's a law.
Yeah.
And they said this was all green lumber. So there was pallet post beetles in it, but there's no activity anymore. But, you know, you can dig into different places, and they have, just to check. Yeah. But if they had used treated lumber like we have today, they wouldn't have had that at all. Mm-hmm. But that's the only thing they say.
Yeah. Just half of the house kind of reminds you of one of those houses in Badstow, you know?
Yeah.
Narrow and two-story.
Well, it could have come down from Badstow for all I know. You know, this half would have.
Yes, yeah, this half here.
Yeah.
It could have. That's accessible by the river.
And this is where it was joined.
In Nesco, there's a couple of the houses that were in Badstow have been moved down there, but I don't remember what year. Or know too much about what year.
I told Robbie, I remember my mother told me when they came here, she was under the impression it was a two-family house. You know, two separate.
Huh. Now, where did they come from? They come here?
Atlantic City. No, Atlantic City.
Oh, Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That was. But what about Pop? Did he live in Atlantic City?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
But he originally came from here, though, right?
Yeah, he was born in Port Republic, I think, or somewhere around there. He was in the they call it the life-saving service then, but it's the Coast Guard now.
Yeah, Coast Guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was telling you where he built that boat.
He was a surfman, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be darned. I took the surfman's test. I never wanted to do it again. I took it in Maine in the Kennebec River. Boy, was it cold. You have to flip the boat, take off your clothes, ride it, and climb back in.
And they tested in your endurance, huh?
Yeah. Boy, the water was so cold, and I've never been a good swimmer. It took all I had to do it. I could float and keep afloat and live, you know, but I just can't seem to get out and really swim long distances or anything.
Yeah.
I never was any good at that.
That's a big strain on your body.
Yeah, I could dive in a pool and get across, you know, and everybody would say, oh boy, he's a good swimmer, great diver. I would have nothing.
You collect old bottles?
They're old bottles that were here.
How about that?
I used to collect ink bottles. I used to dig for them, but I haven't. I sold my. I don't like. My wife would get me. I sold my collection for $16,000.
A bottles?
Ink bottles.
No kidding.
Got it from dumps in different places.
Wow.
Old buildings and dumps.
That's a nice investment.
So where are you
I don't
going?
have anything to show for it. Florida.
Oh, which
I have
part?
a daughter in Sarasota, and we're going to Bradenton, which is a town right next to
Yeah.
Sarasota. And I didn't buy a house there, but there's so many for sale, and I spent a month in the wallop in the head. I've gotten some real bad ones. And I was carrying something and forget. Yeah. Or I got so.
Now, what was it you started saying about the bell?
It had